Check the mic and make sure it sound right.
Hi, I'm DK Will, and this is DK Will Talk About It. I know it's been about 11 days since I did a video. Of course, you guys are aware I've been going through some stuff, but I'm doing well, and I'm going to do a video. What you see here is a clip thumbnail from the last video that I did regarding Brics. And the reason I'm showing it is because it's a pretty timely introduction to where I'm going to go on this video. I might put out 2 videos to cover the information that I have to cover, that I want to cover today. I don't have to cover it. But I'm showing this because I want to draw attention to something during these critical hard times that are heading to us from a financial perspective on knowing where to go, where to put your money, where are you safe. I did a symposium on that. And I'm hoping to help everybody in that respect. I did one on the cryptos, telling you where I think the safe cryptos are that you can put your money in. I'm going to tell you where I don't think your money is safe, folks. I don't think your money is safe in the banks. And I don't think your money is safe on the exchanges. So I think we need to look for other places to go. And as we will see, I'm going to start out probably with some information from Markz, but the whole point, please excuse Bogey, the whole point is to show the timeliness of the information, Bogey, and to build some faith that maybe my finger's slightly on the pulse and it'll help us out. But see, that's your call because I'm not a financial advisor. But I can tell you what I'm doing. So let's go ahead and get into this and see how it works out. Because where I want to draw your attention to next is the price of gold. Okay, I have my Songbird account up because it was a free drop-off without disclosing too much of my private information on my UPHOLD account. That's exactly what this is. It's an entry into my UPHOLD account. But the reason I did it was I brought up the price of gold, legacy gold, and to show that it's 1814. And you can see the high was 2080, somewhere roughly in March of this year. It looks like where it had its high points. And so the reason I'm showing this is because, see, now gold is down. And you've heard me often say, buy low, sell high. I don't know if you're ever going to sell, but buy low and sell high. So I'm bringing this up because I want to draw attention to something that I am a part of. I have my money invested in it. I'm not a sponsor. I don't get paid for sharing this with you. But I've given you some safe cryptos to put your money in. And now I want to draw your attention to something else. I want to draw your attention to this. Okay, now I've been aware of this for a while, and like I mentioned, I was kind of waiting for my circumstances to improve. But I had that mentality 3-4 years ago when I thought of buying physical gold and silver, and I decided, what am I waiting for? So I bought physical gold and silver. So I do have physical gold and silver, but I also have the silver and gold the gold, that you can buy through GLINT with your USD dollars and get yourself a MasterCard. But I did notice SOAP says Brics wall against the dollar. Now, what I tried to draw your attention to before was the timeliness of my prior video and how I actually received an email from GLINT. And if you can see there, these letters were exactly the letters that were used on their advertisement. And of course, because of that, it caught my eye. And so there you have it there in front of you, and the SOAPBOX Brics wall against the dollar. And as you can see, there's a major threat to the dollar hegemony, and they're giving you narratives. Of course, they're saying things as the world's 7 richest countries met last week to discuss how to tighten the screws on renegade Russia in punishment of the Ukraine invasion. Okay, there's a video on that too. That's just a distraction in my mind, folks. Without taking any political stance on it. To me, it's just a realistic stance on it. It's a cover story in my mind just as much as COVID was, which to me was drawn up to be way bigger than it was. Was it dangerous? Yes. Was it pandemic level? Not nearly as bad as the normal flu. That's the way I look at it, and that's just the truth. But in any case, so they use this as a cover. What's really going on is the topic of another one of my videos where Russia went gold back. And so by going gold back, Russia is now threatening the hegemony of the United States dollar. That's what it's really about. And of course, the Ukraine is full of dirty little secrets, and they want to use that as a battlefield. And in the meantime, they're trying to, clean up their mess behind there. But you can see the tie-in right here. It says the IMF allocated SDRs in August 21 during the COVID pandemic height. Okay, so I mean the tie-ins are there, folks, without me reading things to you. And of course, I've given you my thoughts on Russia and China. You can look at the XRP, the bomb. And so what I'm trying to do now, though, is without any kind of, political engagement, because I'm neutral on political affairs, I just want to draw your attention to getting started. And the same as I've given you hints on XLM, XRP, XDC, Hedera, Quant, Algo, and the other coins that I've mentioned. I mean, the videos are back there. To me, those are safe places. The banks are not safe places, but a Glint Goldback MasterCard is. The exchanges are not safe places, but a Ledger Nano S or a decent wallet is. Keep it in mind, folks. I make nothing on this. Now, will I make a little something something if you use my Uphold link and you go click on that link on my pages and use it? Yes, but so will you. So will you. And so my motivation is not the $10 or whatever happens if that happens. My motivation is helping as many people prepare. Am I out of line? Am I missing the curve here, folks, on the fact that it's time to buy low and sell high with your goal? Keeping in mind that when you do go and top up your account, you top up your account at the price of gold today at 1800. If it turns into 18,000, you 10 times your money by doing nothing. If it turns to 2,000, you still got a 10% gain on your money. Okay, so I'm recommending it because it's another place to be safe. That's all. Because now I'm going to switch it over to DINAR recaps, and I'm going to talk a little bit about Markz and a special guest, and you're going to see the tie-in as I go along. I'm speaking a little fast because I don't want videos to last too long, but I want you to see the direction of money towards gold. And like I've said many times, you can't cold trade your maple leaves for your gold leaves. So the big economy, the U.S., is giving all the other countries a chance to get on board so that they can come with their gold leaves, and then the U.S. snaps a finger and they go to their gold leaves because they have the most gold, at least as reported. And then it's time to play. And so in the meantime, we're getting a bunch of narratives as to the reason this is happening and that is happening. But what's really happened is a global financial change, folks. And so let's cover some of this information on Markz, and I will try my best to do the tie-in while at the same time keeping this video short enough to go do another video to continue the thought pattern. But you can see here, it goes on to say that he has not seen any update on timing, but most folks are looking for something spectacular to happen the first week of July. Okay, I've said many times, keep yourself grounded. These timelines are just demoralizing if you put too much faith in them. Be patient and look at the world events, and that's what I try to do to get a read on it. He says he's salty about it too. Okay, but it goes on to say that this article from last night from International News, the financial advisor surprised the Iraqis about the possibility of changing or reducing the exchange rate of the dollar against the dinar, which means the dinar gains value. I mean, does it gain value from 1400 to 1300, or does it gain value from 1400 to 140? Who knows? And so, that's another one that you read with a grain of salt. He talks about the need for 100 signatures and that he thinks they got it. And he says that they are talking about the rates nonstop, guys. Okay, that's his source of information. Then he touches on the Kuwait situation where they talked about 6 months to 3 years and then they did it the same day. Is that a possibility with Iraq? Of course it is. Of course it is, because see, nobody knows. What's really is a possibility is when the new global system changed to gold-backed currency and the GCR happens, everything happens. And so when they talk about going on their own, I don't necessarily see that. To me, that's signing your own death warrant. It says in Iraq they are having open conversations with their people and in their parliament about this, with the IMF, the U.S., etc. Exceptional news. We just need to buckle up and hold on through these final days. Patience is a virtue, folks. I agree with that for sure. Let's see, and now we're going to start to tie it in. You'll notice here the Russian currency, which is backed by gold, is witnessing an increase against the American and European currencies, of course. You're talking about gold leaves compared to maple leaves. And during today's trading, the dollar was trading below the level of 51 rubles for the first time since 2015. That's 7 years ago, folks. 7-year cycle. And then notice the next point. And Brics is making all kinds of moves towards sound, asset-backed money this week. a new communication system to handle those transactions, completely bypassing the SWIFT system altogether. Part of the deal now if you want to join Brics. And I've said how I think that's a part of that last brick in those Mr. Pools and those bearable 1, 2, 3 things where that brick is missing in those bricks. I think this is the brick they're talking about. They are saying they have to have sound money. So much has happened. We have seen much progress this week than we have in the last 10 years. How much progress? Well, let's look at this next question. Is the Zim now gold backed? Okay, now pay close attention, folks. Pay close attention to this next point. Because here's the answer. That was another big thing that happened this week. Zimbabwe has actually issued gold coins in regular circulation to uphold their currency. Zimbabwe, I said, people. To me, this is very interesting. The currency is propped by their coins. The coins are physical gold, not backed by where they keep the physical gold in a vault. These coins are gold and in circulation, and at the current value, they will fix their paper currency and will gain value as the gold coins gain value. Zimbabwe's move on this is huge. And then he goes on and asks the question again, so now is the Zim gold back? Folks, to me, that's a clueless question. The money is gold. The money is gold. Who needs to be gold back when the money is gold itself? He goes on to say, not yet. They will have the gold coins out this year. It's a strange hybrid of backing it, but it makes sense. It's almost brilliant that they get back their currency with their coins. It will be interesting to see how this plays out. Very interesting. Is it legitimate? Absolutely, if you want to believe these people. Okay, it says here, Zim government introduces gold coins, which could be a game changer. Commitment to multi-currency regime commendable too. Side note, when this happens, you might want to consider a multi-currency bank account. But this was posted on June 28th, people. June 28th. And it says Zimbabwe is now trending in the right direction. You can argue that the whole world is struggling too, but Zimbabwe was already on this track before the pandemic and the Russia and Ukraine war. It says we are now working with an inflation rate of 191% year on year. That means prices have almost tripled from this time last year. To be clear, this is not an exchange rate issue. Prices have been going up in USD terms as well. The obvious example being cooking oil, where 20 cents, around $3.50 last year, but costs around $7 as we speak. The government and the RBZ are working together to fix the economy. Let's look at the new measures meant to achieve. Well, we're not going to get that deep into it, but they are making a commitment to a multi-currency regime. Not a bad move. They are certainly looking at gold as a store of value. Does that bring you back to the GLINT? Get started, folks? I certainly recommend you get started. We are heading towards gold asset-backed money. It says gold, on the other hand, has been appreciating in the same time frame, and that's the lost 83% value of the dollar since 1974. Up 2,692.5% since 1974. 1 kilogram of gold costs around US $2,500, but costs around $58,500 today. So if it is a store of value you seek, gold is far superior to fiat currencies like the Zimbabwe dollar and even the mighty US dollar. It goes on to address how stable will these coins be. Well, gold is, how they say, God's money. The gold coins as a currency. Folks, they're spending gold. Zimbabwe back on the gold standard. Okay, everyone's going to be back on the gold standard, people, or they're not going to play in the financial markets. And they're using Russia. The ball is in your court. They're using Russia to get it going. Folks, safe places. And I'll wrap this up and start another video for time's sake. Start moving your money out of the banks. Maybe leave some behind to pay your bills because that's the way you're set up. But the banks are going to have a bank run. Now, I don't know this, folks. I say what comes to me, and I say it, and a lot of times it turns out to be accurate, and that's what I'm feeling right now. The banks are going to have a bank run. Overseas, they're already having them. They're trying to keep it quiet over here in the United States. You're going to run the bank scared to get your cash. It's not going to be there for you to get it. So where do you need to be? You need to be out of the banks, and you need to be into the solid cryptos. I've done the videos for you. They're out there. Go look for them, find them. It's up to you. I'm not a financial advisor, okay? I'm not a fortune teller, okay? I'm not a lawyer, okay? I'm not a religious leader, okay? I'm just a man who reads the tide, okay? So, banks are not safe. GLINT is safe. They don't pay me. I hope they like my videos and start paying me. But GLINT is a safe place to put your money. It's buying gold. I've said enough here about gold. I hope I've said enough here about gold. We are going to gold-backed currencies. Iraq is not going to go by itself. I don't care what anyone says. If they do, it's their death toll. Because you can't trade maple leaves for gold leaves. You understand that? Okay. So get your crypto off of exchanges. The overwhelming majority. Leave a little bit behind so you can make a fast trade. But the brunt of your cryptos, you need to get yourself a Nano S, get yourself a Nano X, get yourself a decent wallet, get yourself an offline cold storage hard wallet where you have the keys. I'm not recommending anyone in particular. Do I have a Nano ES? Yes, I have a couple. Am I looking at the decent wallet right now? Yes, because as you are aware, I own a lot of AMP, and I need to get some AMP off of the exchanges. And the advice I'm giving folks is I'm following. So, that being said, I am DK Will, and this is DK Will. Talk about it. And I've talked about it, and I'm going to do another video because I got a lot more to say. But I had to put this out first. Now have a wonderful day.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right.